making tennis balls. I can't juggle. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some DIY dog toys. It's pretty simple to make. All you need for this are some old t-shirts, a pair of scissors, and some tennis balls. So this morning I went to my local Humane Society and purchased 50 tennis balls. Guys, the lady looked at me like I was crazy. She said, "You can't buy all of our tennis balls." But I did it anyway, just for you. So I know some of you may have dogs that are extreme chewers. Yes, mine is. However, I'm not going to use 50 of these toys for it. So the reason why I'm making 50 of these dog toys is to actually donate them to my local Humane Society. All of the toys will be donated to their gift shop, which the proceeds will then go towards animals. I'm estimating that they'll probably sell them for about $5 a piece, and with 50 toys, guys, that's $250, which takes a few hours of my time, but $250 can go a long way to helping some animals in the shelter. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is you're going to take an old t-shirt and lay it flat out. As so. One thing to keep in mind is that you want a shirt that doesn't have any printing other than above the armpit area, because we're actually going to just be cutting that off, and also on the back. Be sure that you don't have any ink on the back either. Also, very important, try to get a shirt that doesn't have a seam. You know, some shirts will have a seam going down the side here. Try to find one that doesn't have that. It'll make the whole product look a lot more clean in the end. Alright, so you're going to then take the bottom of your shirt and fold it upwards. Straighten it out a little bit. And just make sure when you guys fold the shirt up that you leave about 1 inch or so at the top. This little flap right here. Leave some space there because you don't want to cut through the whole shirt, just the bottom half. Okay, now we're going to grab our scissors. I'm using these awesome scissors from Fiskars. These are actually fabric cutting scissors. If you don't have fabric cutting scissors, that's okay. Use what you have, but fabric cutting scissors will make it easier. Okay, so then you're just gonna go up and cut the bottom seam off of the shirt. Okay, so that's removed. We don't need that. Now we're going to do the same with the top. Right under the armpit is where we're going to want to cut. Okay, so we don't need that either. Toss that out of the way. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to go in about 1 inch sections along the bottom of the shirt and cut straight up, stopping at the fold that we made previously. Do not cut all the way through the shirt. You will see why in a second. Alright, so now that the shirt is all cut up, you guys will see why I told you not to cut straight through. So what we're going to do is open up the shirt, and I find it easier to slide my hand through, and it'll make it easier to cut. So straighten up all these little guys here. And you don't have to be too perfect with how thick you're cutting them. I mean, if you want to really go and measure with a ruler, that's okay. I just eyeballed them. But as you can see here, kind of missed one, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut that little snippet off here at the end. That guy's not going to make it. I'm not really sure what happened there, but okay. So that's garbage. Okay, so this is how we will actually make our yarn out of a t-shirt. So you're going to go right here at the first little strand and cut diagonally across to the bottom half of the top strand. So just like this. Okay, so that has now created one long piece of rope yarn. Okay, so then we're going to go to the next one and you're just going to cut the same all the way across. So let me show you again. Slide your scissors in, cut across, straight to that one. There we go. Throw it off to the side. Once more. This is why it's easier to do it on your hands, because you can kind of move the pieces around a little bit better. You can go straight through, cut diagonally, right across. Okay. Hopefully you guys get the point. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the shirt. Be right back. Alright, so now that we are at our last piece where it looks like a Y, you're gonna do the same exact thing, but you're gonna go from this corner where there's no other strand, you're gonna cut diagonally across to there. Just like so. So, now we have one long, continuous piece of t-shirt. There we go. So, what we're gonna do next is take this strand that we have just created, find an end piece, which is right here, and hold it with one hand, and with the other hand, maybe a foot or so, just give it a little tug, and all these rough edges on the side are gonna fold inside. I'll show you what I mean. So like that, and pull. Now this little guy, he didn't make it in, so I'm just gonna cut that off with a pair of scissors. Okay. So you're just gonna pull and do that all the way down the whole strand. And what this is going to do is it's going to turn in all the rough edges, but it's also going to help make your yarn longer. So it'll give you more. There we go. And just keep doing that all the way down. Alright, so now we are left with this big pile of, it looks like yarns, but it's made out of t-shirt. Look how cool that is. Isn't this awesome? Now, if you want to wind it up, you can, but I'm just going to kind of throw it in a ball and use it as I go. This is Apollo, by the way, if you guys want to see him. He's a good boy, he's a husky. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, so now that you have this, you're going to want to go ahead and cut up any other color shirts you want to make. I like to do about 4 colors or so per toy, just because you need 4 strands, and it just makes it look cool. If you want to add different colors, if not, you can use 2 or 1 for the whole thing. It's up to you. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so as you see here, I have my 4 t-shirts of different colors all cut up. I have blue, green, black, and white. Now, just a quick tip. I strongly recommend trying to use bigger t-shirts. These 3 were all either extra large or extra extra large, whereas this little white one here was only a youth medium, I believe. So if possible, try to use the biggest t-shirts you can, that way you get more yarn out of the project. So now that we have these all cut up, we're going to take a tennis ball. And I have already cut a hole into this one, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tennis ball. Apollo already chewed the heck out of this one, but you're going to take the other side. When you're making the hole, make sure they're the same on both sides. Just that one hole's not here and the other hole's like right next to it or whatever. Okay, so you're going to go straight across and make a little... Can't do this with you around because you just want to eat all the tennis balls. Yes, you do. Okay, so you're going to take a knife, very, very carefully, poke a small little hole in the tennis ball. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so once you hear that it entered the tennis ball, very carefully take the knife out. Now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to find the little hole that I just made, and very carefully also, I'm just going to go in and widen out that hole and make it into an X. Okay, so now we have this, looks like a Pac-Man. Hi, Apollo. Okay, you can take that. So now that we have that, we're going to take our yarn and we won't be using the ball right away, but we're just gonna make it so it's ready for when we need it. Now for this, what I like to do is I found that I made this before, and if you only do one of each strand, it turns out to be very, very tiny. And for a dog Apollo size, I need something a little bit bigger. So what I recommend doing is taking one strand of your color, you're gonna do this to each of them, and you're just gonna go kind of loosen it up a little bit, loosen it up, find the other end. Now keep in mind, if you have a smaller dog, this step is optional. If you want a thicker toy, you can make one. If not, I think a smaller dog, such as a Chihuahua, should be fine with just the one strand of each color. But you're gonna find your two ends, you're gonna go to the middle, and kind of like pasta, just run your fingers through it and pull it across one more time. Okay, so now that we found the very middle of the two pieces, we're just going to take our scissors and snip it right there. Okay, so now we have 4 separate pieces of the yarn. Grab those two, throw them aside, and take your other pieces and do the same thing we just did. And here we go. Now you're going to cut that middle, like so. Okay, so we join the two end pieces together, and we're just going to pull through one more time just to see how long it is. And I'm actually going to go and cut that in half one more time. Depending on how Paul is struggling to get up on the bed. Come here, come on. There you go. Depending on how big your shirt is, you guys are going to want to keep cutting your yarn until you get to a manageable size, because if you try to braid this whole thing in one big piece, it's going to be very challenging. This is probably about a yard or so, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a yard and a half. Yeah, and then you stretch it out. Yeah, this, guys, this is, I'm going to say it's about a yard and a half to 2 yards. There we go. So you're just going to do the same exact thing to all 4 colors. Okay, so this is now what we end up with. We have all these strands cut into roughly equal sizes. I just cut each strand in half, I think it was about 4 times. Now what we're going to do is you're going to pick out 2 colors of each strand. Pull them apart a little bit. And then with these extra strands, what I recommend doing is kind of just tie them into a knot. Just so that you don't get them tangled up after you just organize all of them. Pull that through. There we go. That's just to keep them secure. Okay, so we're gonna go find our end pieces again. 2 blue and 2 green. I'm just gonna pull them out of this mess somehow. Now that we have this, what we're gonna do is take them, put them all together, like so, and we're actually going to just tie one knot, just like that. Just a knot, tighten it. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's super tight. Okay, so now that it's like that, no, it's not going anywhere. Sorry guys, Apollo's literally right here. I don't know if you can see him. Say hi, say hi. He keeps trying to take this away from me. Anyway, we're going to take all of our colors, organize them. White, and then across from white, I want the black, and then all the blue on one side and all the green on one side. Like so. Okay, so now that we have something that looks like this, it's like a four-way split. Hi, you can't do that. Okay, hopefully you can see this a little bit better, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have our colors in a four-way split. You're just gonna take one color and put it over, like so. And the other color on the other side, just wrap it over this way. Now, what we're gonna do is this color on this side. And now what we're gonna do is this blue right here. If you guys can see, I know this is kind of hard to see, but on this black side, this side's closed, this side's open. So the blue, you're gonna stick it through. And it's gonna go right under the black, over and under, and just pull it to the side where the black is closed. Just like that. Make sure you get both pieces there. Okay, now, I'm gonna take the white, lift the white up a little bit, and just pinch the green and pull it straight through. Now, you're just gonna pull all four sides and give it a little tug. Tighten up, just like that. So it's gonna work like a box. And you're just gonna keep repeating that. There are other ways to do that, but with this much material to work with, I find that it's easiest just to do that. And if you want, now that we have it started, we can actually make this a twisty rope toy. Now I like the twisty rope toys because I feel like it gives more grip for the dogs to grab onto. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you're going to take the bottom, this is the black, so you're going to go over, pull the white through. Now, the black closed side is here, so you're going to take the green, find the end, over the white, and under the black loops, pull it straight through. Now you're going to stick your finger in the white side, go up, keep the black steady, find the blue, and just pinch and pull, grab this and just pull straight through. I find that that's the easiest way to do it when you're working with this much material. And then you're just going to pull, give it a little tug. You don't need to make it too tight. If you make it too tight, it might end up being a little bit smaller, and if you have it looser, it'll be bigger. Obviously. Anyway, so as you can see, our design is slowly starting to twist. I don't know if you can tell yet, but it is. I'm going to keep doing a couple more rounds and hopefully you guys can see what it will look like. Alright, so now we have this awesome rope starting to form. This looks super cool. When I first showed you, I accidentally made a mistake. You weren't supposed to do it that way if you want a spiral. Now, if you want a straight, keep on going that way. It'll make a straight pattern, as you can see right here. But I changed it up and actually created a twist so it looks more like a rope. I love this way rather than the straight way, but you guys can do whatever you want. Basically, if you want to do the twist way, I selected two colors, just black and white, for the first two rounds. And that made it a lot easier. So what you're going to want to do is go opposite. Before, if you want to go straight, you can go straight forward and straight forward. If you're going to go spiral to make it more look like a rope, you're going to go opposite corner. So right there, hold it, bring the black forward. So the closed side's here, so I'm just going to go through, grab the green, fix that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the blue and bring it through here. Okay. So you're just going to pull. And tighten it. And there you go. Okay, so now we are ready to add in our tennis ball. I'm just gonna grab the ball that have the holes in it that I made. I had to find which one it was. Apollo hid it from me again. So you're gonna take your strands, find the ends. This is probably gonna be easier to go a few strands at a time, to be honest, rather than all of them at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the 2 white ones, push them in. Okay. And do the same thing with all of the colors. Alright, so now that these are all in the hole, we're going to take our pair of pliers. I promise you these... Oh my god, that face. Guys, I promise you your dogs are gonna love these toys. Apollo can't resist them. I can hardly get through making them without him trying to snatch it away from me. Anyway, so now that we have them all through the hole, we're just gonna go through and pull from the other side all the strands through. I recommend using a pair of pliers. I tried this with tweezers, didn't really work out so well. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that we have that added to the rope, we're just gonna give a little tug just to get that last knot that we made inside the actual ball. And we are just gonna keep on doing the same thing we were before. Straighten out your colors once again and keep doing the same exact thing. And I will show you what it looks like when it's all finished. Okay, so we are almost done. I finished, follow not yet. I finished braiding the entire rope toy. All I have to do now is cut the ends off. I did already secure it with a knot, so I'm just gonna go snip this off here. Okay. And I like to go ahead and even out the other side too, just to make it look nice. Oh, stop. Alrighty, so this is so cute. Guys, this is awesome. Oh, wait, 1 second, just one more minute. Guys, you can buy these at the store for like $10 at Petco or any other pet supply store, and we just made this. The tennis ball was 25, actually tennis ball was 20 cents, and this t-shirt was an old one that I had at home. So imagine that. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite color combination would be to see for these toys, and I'll see if I can make some more. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I think Apollo approves of his new toy, yes? Good boy, Apollo. Here you go, here's your toy. No! Give it! Alright, bye guys.